welcome to FFC. Blue.
What?
I heard you in the background,
I
guy.
didn't do anything.
Somebody made a noise.
That literally wasn't me.
Somebody made a noise.
It probably was me, but I wasn't even paying attention.
It was probably me, but I don't know what I did.
When everybody flinches back like Green is angry.
Run away!
This is for the blooper reel later. Oh, man. It was me. I made the noise. Drafty? Go to your corner. All right. Welcome to FFC Top 3, a show where we, your FFC hosts, count things down from 3 to number 1. Thank you for joining us this week. If you have a suggestion, please hit us up in any of the locations you can contact us. On Twitter, in the Discord, or even at focusfirechat@gmail.com. This week, we kind of like bypassed the whole poll thing this week because mainly Green forgot and Potato had a great idea. Since when this top 3 comes out, we will have had the new release for a day. And so Potato was like, let's do kind of a throwback of our top 3 favorite moments from Destiny 2 this last year. And I was like, okay, that's great. That gets me out of this little bind of forgetting to put up the poll.
You're welcome.
Yes. So we're going to do top 3 favorite moments from this last year in Destiny. So
just for clarification, is it in-game events or
I'm
things
doing
within
Destiny
the Destiny?
related.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
That's,
Related.
yeah, that's
Nope,
fine.
that's all I need.
I think some of us are going to have some of the same ones, but
No.
oh my gosh.
No, never.
My number 2 is actually really funny. So
Yay! I like funny ones and stories. So let's start these shenanigans out. We're going to start with number 3 with Blue, then Potato, then myself. Blue, you are up.
So my number 3 is actually going to be finally getting the lore network up and running with the Destiny Quarterly Lore Review, or the QLR as I kind of refer to it. That's been something that's been bouncing around in my head, and I know in Green I've been throwing it at Green for a while. And so to finally get a chance to sit down for, I think it was like 2 hours or so. I still need to get the audio available for everybody. But that's my schedule's just been absolutely insane. But like actually getting a chance to sit down with all the people in the lore community that we're a part of, not the whole lore community, but the ones that we're kind of closely affiliated with. And actually just having an excuse to sit down and just really just kind of chat, like not have like, it wasn't really structured. It wasn't really, it wasn't formal, which was really nice. And it was just enjoyable. We just had a great time. And it was exactly everything I was hoping it would be. And the reception to it has been, beyond what I was hoping. So we're definitely going to be continuing to do them, but that's my number 3. Is just like finally getting that, that ball rolling.
I've been keeping an eye on the website, man. It looks great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, on the website alone, like getting that moved over and
Updated
opening it up and updated and all that. Yeah. That was a labor. Not necessarily. It was a labor of love, but there was not a lot of love in some of the changes, because getting it to cooperate with some of the stuff. I've gotten very familiar with the WordPress support team.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't mean that negatively. Like they like
No.
I love the WordPress support team. They're amazing.
Responsive compared to some sites.
Yeah. There's a reason I go on rants about YouTube, because YouTubes. Yeah, their support isn't existent, at least for us, which is normal. I get it, but WordPress and Podbean, like their support team, I can. It's almost on the level of like texting people. Like you send a message, and within 15 minutes max, I've gotten responses from everyone, and it's just like it's made making the website better, and kind of decentralizing the focus really has also really kind of been a nice break. So I know it's mostly around Destiny, but like also kind of breaking open the lore network and doing like Uni has like the Path of Exiles series of articles that he's doing. Pins has a few Halo. Dimmy's doing
Lord of the Rings,
and he did an analysis of I think the Fallen Hierarchy, which will be kind of similar to what we're talking about tonight or on this week's episode. And then I think he said there's like 2 or 3 other articles that he's in the process of working on. And then we have one of my old friends from college actually. She is doing a series on Voltron, analysis of Voltron, especially with the last season kind of being she's really big in that community, or she's not really big. She's very active in that community. And so there's a lot of stuff going on in that community that, was whatever, but the reason why is an interesting dive into like the underlying structure of like the social commentary and stuff like that. And so she has a couple articles that are doing stuff like that. And so it's like just getting a chance to talk to people about different stuff, after doing Destiny for 5 years now. Mm-hmm. It's a nice way to kind of freshen things up.
Who else has an article on the Lore Network?
Potato. Mm-hmm. We need to get another one.
Yeah. Welcome add that to the list of things I need to get done.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
You should talk about the pain bell.
So I'm not getting into that.
So, Potato, we're going to bypass that and go into your number 3.
All right. My number 3 is, and 2 of these are actually going to involve the Focus Fire, or at least the Focus Fire community and stuff like that. My number 3 is getting pens in blue through the Last Wish raid.
Oh my god!
Nice.
Go run in this corner. Oh, okay. What am I doing? Just run to this corner.
Run to this corner and don't say a word. Just because we had to listen for where Riven. We absolutely cheesed Riven, and I'm not afraid to admit that because I don't know a group that hasn't cheesed Riven at least once.
Oh, I've done it.
I think the highlight of that was everyone was complaining about what was it, the ship, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. And like half of the fire team was like, they just left. They were like, I don't know, I hate you.
Yeah, you got the ship, and they're like, I hate. Just like I'm like, oh god.
I'm like, I don't know what this does.
Just get you one step closer to a title.
Well, it was great too. It was just really funny, and like you get to the last part where you have to take the heart and run it back through the raid, which is my all-time favorite part of that entire raid. And it's what is it? Because the heart has chosen pens, and Pens just goes, "Oh no."
See, I like being the first one.
The jumping puzzle.
Oh god!
Oh my god! I felt so bad. I wish I could have went back in there and helped you, dude. But I'd already gotten to the other side, and we were just sitting there going, "Maybe we should just pull him through." And like, no, let him get it, And we're like.
Even Pins is like, pull me through.
Yeah, Pins like, pull me through.
Oh my gosh.
And we're just like, but no, everyone did great. We got through Sure Ido, and we got through Kali, and we got through the Kali.
The ogre.
Fight. Yeah, the ogre, and
most of them were pretty quick.
The tower. Yeah, the tower fight was a lot of fun. That's always a great fight. The music in that freaking part of the raid is absolutely great.
It was
it's just that fight.
What was that? The looking at the pictures one. That's the one that kept glitching out at us.
The vault.
Is it the vault or is it the?
No, not the vault. The one where you have to like jump on the dial pad.
That's Callie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And we're clearing ads. It's like, who's clearing ads? Somebody shoot the thrall.
Someone shoot him.
Yeah. So when we run that, I always have a tether. Like Cole and I are always running tether during that section. And so it's way easier because you can tie them all up and then somebody takes them out and it's fine. Not a big deal.
The thing that kept messing us up on that one was when you go to jump, like afterwards. Like it wasn't the actual it wasn't the actual event. It was afterwards. Everyone kept getting murked by the phalanx up at the top of the thing. Like they'd be jumping up and you just hear this.
we call him like it was like
That's
Mick
why you haven't
Boopy or something like that. It's like, oh, we found him.
Blue. You could have stopped that. I know you run Night Stalker. Throw your smoke grenade.
I was in the back because they were explaining what to do. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh my goodness!
Well, I know. I think
And then one of your guys got through, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of it." We're like,
yeah, it was.
Please don't.
That was Shadow. Yeah, Shadow.
Oh
Shadow's
my
Shadow's
gosh.
a master. That guy has done Petra's run.
Nice.
And he's ridiculous at raids. He's a great guy. And he's done that raid so many times, like so much so that he's done a Petra's run and he's gotten through without dying. And I don't know how he did it, because I would have thrown my controller through the wall at some point. Like, because that raid, there's so many little points where you could just mess up and you're just like, oh.
That's when you run with the same team over and
Blue,
over.
Platforms, Blue, what platforms?
Yeah.
It's a legit conversation. Like I've had that conversation before. Jump right here.
Well, I know one of
the hell you want me to jump?
where I'm shooting.
Okay, all right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my number 3 is similar, except for it was actually helping Pins get through Outbreak the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw
That's
you.
a
I saw
fun
you
one,
said
too.
something.
Yeah,
You want to talk about a jumping puzzle?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Well, it was just normal Outbreak. We haven't even done the heroic one yet. And by the way, Blue,
Oh, no.
you're never allowed to do that while we're doing the show. That one, in
I
particular,
tried that
you are-
once. I tried that once while we were doing the show, and I was like, "Yep, nope, not gonna happen."
I could pull, like, we could do this. We can do this. Like,
the jumping problem was, I believe, Uni, because he kept getting ricocheted by the fans, if I remember that
Yeah.
correctly.
that section's the hardest part, in my opinion, during the normal one.
We were doing the heroic one, and we did like the first set of the catalyst, and my buddy just goes, "Stand here and read these numbers." I was like, "Okay," because I had no idea what I was doing. The rest of that, you have to like decode the 42 different encryptions on or something or whatever. I was like,
Mhm.
"Nah, don't ask me to do. Let me just have me stand here and read numbers, man. I'm gonna mess this up." Like,
Yeah.
it was bad.
I've yet to do the heroic version of that.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Oh yeah, like the thing I have a problem with, and I'm trying to remember where I messed up because I tried pretty hard when it first dropped, when the heroic dropped, and then I just gave up and haven't gone back into it. But I can go all the way out on the outside and everything. I just can't do it fast enough to get to
Right.
the end.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
Got a warlock poof. That's how we do it.
No, the hunter's just fine. I have stompies. I can do the jumping puzzle part just fine. It's just just a few silly mess ups.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's a thing. But we're already to number 2, Blue. What's your number 2 experience this year?
Guardian Con. Like just getting a chance to see everybody, and like just within our personal community, even with the frustrations that we all went through with it, all the stuff that we had to deal with, it still is a excuse in my brain to get a chance to hang out with people. And then in the same vein as like DQLR, it was a chance to sit down with people that we deal with quite a bit, and we're really, I mean, it's almost a daily chat with most of them anyways. But it was an excuse to actually get to sit down with them in person. I mean, we actually got to have dinner with them this time, which was a really nice thing. I would, definitely next time we're going to probably try to do something like that again. Like we got to have lunch with Bife the first day, and then we managed to drag Matt out to Thai food on the last day. He was
Oh my
falling
God,
asleep.
That man's a hero.
Oh my God. Did you guys see the picture of him at Man at Arms house after?
That's why he's the.
He's a lore burrito.
This is why he's the slumbering one.
Oh God! What was it? McCuddle's couch or something?
Yeah.
I remember somebody took a photo, and it was like me, and I can't remember who was in the photo, because I think it was Purple and Baxter were in it as well, and I can't remember who else was in the photo. But it was like this really serious look on all of our faces. And I remember commenting on it. I said, "I know for a fact we talked about both Destiny lore and politics, and you can't tell which one we're talking about."
God.
Like,
Well,
like,
and then, was it you that Anon was like, "I'm not talking to him anymore"?
Oh.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
Anand didn't get a chance to come because of
No.
I think it was like the last minute mess up or mix up or something.
Yeah.
So I think he was chatting with you guys about politics via Twitter, if I remember correct, that was interesting.
Was he?
But then the other thing
it
was
might
the meme with Baxter and beer during the
Oh,
Q&A
the
thing.
look on your face.
Did you just?
Oh my gosh.
Or the what was the other one?
The turn of his head was amazing.
Then the other one was get someone who looks at you like Mylan looks at Bife.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the memes from that.
I still love the meme of all of you guys going, all right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Just and Baxter's going, yes. He's just so happy. The man was just so happy. I love it.
Oh man. Gosh. I'm just remembering with Mylan at the restaurant the last night with Pens explaining Halo lore.
He was so interested.
Yeah.
And so exhausted at the same time. He was
loving it.
He was like,
could have heard.
He was like, so this must be what it feels like when I'm talking to people.
Oh man!
If you could have heard the sound in his head, it's just
yeah.
That was good times.
Oh man, it was all good.
Yeah. All right. Your turn, Potato.
Okay, my number 2 is it's Guardian Con, but it's a particular moment in Guardian Con. And I remember we had managed to get a Crucible match together for the first wave.
Yes.
And we teamed up with oh my god, how am I forgetting? I'm forgetting his screen name right now. He's a Deaf Guardian, and he was part of the team that did
freaking beast is what he
the
is.
raid.
He was a member of the group of Guardians that did the raid Deaf, and they did the whole thing through emotes. That's how they communicated throughout the whole thing, through emotes and through video chat, which was incredible. Really, really nice guy. And I feel like a complete jerk right now for not being able to find him on my Twitter because I feel like a jerk. And
we'll find him before the episode ends.
Thank you. And it was cool because he was like waiting in line and he didn't have a team. And I speak just enough sign language to, get by. And I talked to him, and I was talking to the guy in line, and he's like, do you have a team? I'm like, I have, how many do I need? He goes, 6. I go, I have 5, and I want to include this guy. And he goes, I'll bring you to the front of the line. I'm like, perfect. I run out to the thing, and I go,
guys, I go, get over here.
I go, we're next. Let's go. And you go, what? I just go, shut up and follow me.
And, all right.
and it was green, blue, me, that Guardian, Man at Arms, and Pens.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this Crucible match in general because it was on Altar of Flame. And I remember I was coming up center stairs, and I don't play on PS4. I play on Xbox, and I'm leveling my Austringer at this Guardian. I'm ready to take this Titan out, and from off screen on the left side, and ironically to my left, Man at Arms exclaims, "For Texas!" And out of nowhere, a Titan wearing Peregrine Green comes off screen left to right and just knees this Titan in the face as hard as he can.
It was the best part of that match.
And I'm just like, okay, next target, moving on. And I could not keep it together after that because it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life in a Crucible match. It could not have been framed more perfectly. If I could have clipped it, I would have been playing it forever. It was amazing. For Texas, bam! This dude just disappears in arc lightning, and it was phenomenal.
The problem is that it was so distracting to the rest of us that we started giggle fitting, and we're down by 30 points for a while. We ended up winning
because of the dude that we were playing. Like because
I need to find him now.
He was amazing.
But the best part of that whole exchange was he yelled it, and the other guy on the team looked up, and he was like, "I'm sorry." He was like,
it's Def Kalo, by the way. Def Kalo 3. That's his.
Man, that guy's amazing.
Twitter handle. At Def_Kalo3 CALO. If you guys go friend him, man, he's an awesome dude. He's really, really nice. We were able to meet up a couple of times during the event, and he's just a really nice dude, man. He's absolutely awesome, and he smoked it. We teamed back up and went through for the token, or the badge.
But you guys got paired up against.
We got our first match. We got paired up against I think it was Cammy Cakes, Drewski, and freaking. It was a slaughter. And then one of the guys on the other team was nice enough to give us his token because he had just won. Mm-hmm. And so I went through again, and I kind of teamed up with these random guys, and I didn't know who they were. They were really, really into it, and they were like, "What's your KD?" And I was like, "It's just a game, guys. I want to win, yeah, but I mean, let's, it's okay." And they subbed in this one dude, and I didn't find out till later after we were playing. The dude's from Bomb Squad Kittens.
Oh my!
And so the dude carried us to victory. I in no way earned that thing. I got 6 or 7 kills to my name. That dude got 50, and I was just
wow.
I'm like, okay, so I need to follow your stream because I got to learn how to play like you play, because that was incredible. He's a really nice dude too. I sadly didn't get his name either because he just kind of disappeared into the crowd like a ninja in the night. But freaking. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun, and I still have that pin on my backpack. And just those little Gambit and Crucible matches were a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and just Man at Arms for Texas and Peregrine grieving someone into outer space was absolutely incredible.
Okay, also, enough about me. I'm just one more thing about Man at Arms. It's just the fact that he kept going up. He kept going up.
If we keep talking about him,
he's going to show up.
Give me the Shax helmet.
Yeah. Not even that. Did you know that he kept going up to the devs, the random devs that were manning the little token booth, the little initial, what is it, the drifter coin that you got when you won or when you just played the first time? He kept going up to them and just begging them every once in a while. It's coin. Rick, leave them alone. They're not going to just give you a coin. Stop.
He came back and he goes, they were like, man, I want to give you one. I really do. But if I give you one, this place will riot. And we're like, yes, that's absolutely what will happen. Absolutely. This place will burn to the ground if we see that happen.
Oh my God. He's like chaos incarnate. It's amazing.
He's a chaotic neutral is what he is. And he does a really good job of it.
Yeah. All right.
Give me the Shax on.
Oh my gosh. The fact that he got Sarah Daniels to do the same
that was
thing.
amazing.
Why? Oh my gosh.
Well, the best part of all nonsense was then they posted a picture of a random dev wearing the Shax helmet at PAX.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
everyone tagged him. Everyone tagged him.
Rick, look what happened. He's like, oh, those.
For Texas.
He got so mad.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
God. He man. He's a fun one. He was definitely a fun one to meet.
That was a great time.
All right. My number 2 is going to seem really lame in comparison to the last two, but it's important to me because in Destiny 1, I was not a PvPer at all. And I really didn't care about Crucible other than just the weekly type reset thing. And this year, because of Hydra and because of a few members in Hydra in particular really pushing for me to, and just kind of putting that challenge forward, I actually got both Luna's, Hal, and Revoker. Nice. And and it's one of those things I don't chase guns on my own normally. I'm not a big collector, but it really felt good getting those two and just earning it, flexing my PvP-ness. I mean, I earned that. Oh, and I did get Recluse too, because I got Recluse and Revoker at the same time. But I don't know. Recluse is its own thing. But yes,
that thing's.
Oh yeah, it still kicks tail in PvP. I used that, or what's the Arc one? I can't think of it at the moment. The Arc submachine gun that has the chain lightning.
Risk runner.
Yes,
that's my go-to Gambit Fallen weapon.
That's my go-to in 0 hour.
I'm honestly surprised Drifter hasn't said to me, enemies at the... never mind. And just because I've wiped that part of the map clean by the time he finishes saying it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen it clear out maps real quick.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yes.
Shoot me. You have messed up now, Fallen. You have now messed up.
It's the you telling
Shoot
the
me. You
enemies to
won't.
hit me, hurt me. Yeah, but
Thank
earning
you.
pinnacle weapons this year and actually going after pinnacle weapons has been a really big highlight for me.
Absolutely.
Yee. All right, number one's Blue.
Just podcasting in general. I know it's kind of similar. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just been an excuse to keep involved with stuff that, normally I would probably just not be concerned with. But it forces me to pay attention to it, and because of that, I am still interested in it, which is it's like a weird cycle. But like the overall thing of just the weekly schedule, the weekly, habit of the podcast of doing Focus Fire, gives me something to look forward to at the end of the week. And especially these last like 3 or 4 weeks, that's been something really big, because of my schedule at work it's quarter three. The third quarter is always a fun quarter in the financial world. Let's just put it that way. And so like, yeah, just that'll always be probably my number one whenever we do these things, is because that is something that I feel like I don't say it enough. I probably do, but I'm both thankful for and proud of what we have done with Focus Fire, like just Focus Fire in general, not including the Lore Network and everything else, but being given the chance to meet everybody that we've met through this has been a huge blessing. And I have to keep reminding myself of that, because like to me it's like when things happen regularly, I'm really bad at just like normalizing that. And then I talk to other people and they're like, wait, you what? Because like I think kind of going back to Guardian Con, like one of the examples was we were sitting at one of the booths, and someone was, I can't remember if it was Kara or someone, but they were upset because they had gotten one of the posters, but they wanted to get Bife's signature, and it was like, and I was sitting there and I'm like, I'll just ask him. They're like, what? I'm like, just give me the posters. I'll go get them. And like, I mean, for us, for us, it's nothing out of the ordinary. I'm like, actually, I just sicked purple on him. But at the end of the day,
which
it was
is a
like
crime unto itself.
Well, I mean, it was one of those things where it's like there's this astronomically large line, and I already pissed them off because I didn't. Yeah, that's a story in and of itself. But like like the whole thing happened, and then at the end of it, they came back and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this means so much." And I'm like, "It's a signature, right? Like."
It's a friend of ours,
right? Yeah. It's nothing out of the ordinary in my brain, and I know that's weird, but like that's the way my brain just associates things. And so it's like those little things when it's like, wait, whoa, okay, so we do have, it is something that is special, and I want to call that out as something that it is extremely valued by me, especially. And I know I'm probably speaking for Green and Potato and pretty much everyone in the mod team and in the past podcasting team, whatever. It's something that is noticed and something that is appreciated, because I don't think any of us would have been given this chance if it hadn't been for the podcast. And it's to me, it's amazing.
This community has finally gotten me, or pushed me, not like literally pushed me,
inspired.
Inspired. Thank you. They inspired me to finally go after the voice acting stuff that I've wanted to do for so long. And just being able to give back to the community, give them the story, bring the stories that are usually just on the screen or on paper, bring them to somewhat to life, and do it in a way that I've really enjoyed doing. And that I couldn't have done that without Focus Fire, without Pens, without freaking all the people in chat, all the Bife and Mylan, just talking with Mylan and them at Guardian Con. And that was it's it really is it's like a second family.
All right, Potato, what is your number one then?
Emotions. I'm gonna steal off you a little bit there, Green. I have been chasing Fabled since D1 launched.
Did you get it?
And I've gotten a couple of like, the smaller pinnacle weapons over the year, like the fusion rifle. I can't remember the loaded question and things like that. I got a couple of them in the other season. This season, I hit Fabled, and in doing so, this is in the last week or this last season, I got Hush, Luna's Howl, Recluse, Mountaintop, Redrick's Broadsword, Truth, the Angry Toaster, and Anarchy. And I am about 100 kills short on Revoker right now. And I couldn't have done that without my clan, the Phalanx Bobsled team, because those guys really brought me to, I got frustrated, and like I never freaking, I never got to that point. Every time I get close, I get knocked down, and I lose like 500 points. And it's like, forget this. This isn't worth it. And then, we got it. And
that's awesome.
I got it without, and don't take this the wrong way, I got it without having to switch to a hunter. And
hey, no worries.
And I did it as a warlock, which it can be challenging as a warlock in Crucible, as we all know.
It can be challenging as a hunter right now in Crucible. I'm looking at you, Titans.
Yeah. Shoulder charge.
My gosh.
And so and I didn't have to do it with like meta weapons. I was able to do it with Laminar and my hand cannon. And
nice.
That's how I play. And
so, by the way,
Green can attest to my Laminar skills. So.
You are the second person that I've seen use that combo really, really well.
It's a really fun. Can you guys hear those fire sirens? I can turn this gain down a little bit here if you can hear
just
those.
Slightly. It's fine. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
The fire department's going by. No, but Laminar, and I mean, I love all these weapons. Recluse is just fun, and Luna's Howl is just absolutely is a blast. And I'd love to go for next season, try to shoot for Not Forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
But Laminar is probably like my favorite weapon in the game. It's just so satisfying when you pop somebody with that thing, and they don't expect it. And if you get really good with it, even a shotgun rusher, I've knocked down so many shotgun rushers with that, and you can tell when I do it when we're in game chat, because you'll just hear me go, no,
mm-hmm,
nope, and you'll see somebody die. I feel like Legolas, and I love it.
So as long as you hit the headshot, body shot, you're good. Headshot with a bow, body shot with a hand cannon, they're gone.
Oh, it's great too, because they jump away from you and they don't know you're pulling the string on that bow, and it's and they jump up and you go, oh look, a snack, bam, you just blow up out of the air. It's just like, oh, yeah,
you're good, man, yeah.
Yeah,
that is a fun combo. It's the most infuriating combo to play against. I will say that,
because no one expects it. There's so few people that play with a bow that I'm not going to say it's like the most common. I'd say trace rifle is probably the most common or uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
But like they don't expect the bow when you pull it out, and I've seen a fair share of Laminarchs, but it's not a very, very common.
No
thing, and it's even more terrifying when you find. I have a subtle calamity with quick access sling, so you shoot the bow. The bow is unloaded. You can immediately hit your switch, and if you have last word on, it's almost like lightning. And you can combine that with Ophidian aspects. It's a lightning switch. You just go pop, pop, pop like that, and there's nothing they can do about it.
See, the other one I've been using, because the other person I know that uses it really well is Dwyer, and he's a Titan. He uses One-Eyed Mask and Laminar, so he's getting the wall hack slight aspect of it too.
Yeah.
You can do it with Foe Tracer on Hunter, and it works pretty well too.
If you shoot the Laminar correctly, if you shoot like when you pull it tight and you hit something,
you proc the poison.
You proc the poison. You actually get a little bit of like wall hacks, because you can see the damage numbers run away and then run back, and you're like, oh, there he is, pop, and just like you just see where he's going, and it's like I've more than once been like, oh, you're just going to the right, and he comes out the other side and right in the head, and you're just like, I win. So
yes,
it's just satisfying, and it was really good, and I owe it all to my clanmates for pulling me through that and letting me play how I wanted to play. And I mean, that's 7 weapons right there in the course of a couple weeks, and
that's awesome.
I never want to grind for Hush again. So
yeah, that's one I'm not going for.
Sorry, that's a bit of a rant. My bad.
No, you're good. I've heard plenty of rants when it comes to that bow.
Phalanx Bobsled Team. That's my clan. Check us out. We're on Xbox, and it's just a great group of people to play with. Talk about a family.
Yeah, for sure. All right. My number one is kind of a tag team off of what Blue said, but it's a different aspect of it. So this podcast, this show has given us lots of opportunities too, not only to meet everybody and just kind of, like Blue was saying, normalize, quote unquote, being able to be a part of the content creation community and whatnot. It's also opened up our ability to meet people that we would fangirl about or fanboy about. And I had a major fangirl moment this Guardian Con, and Blue knows which one it is. I bet Potato can guess it too.
Morla?
I
was like, I didn't even have to. Morla?
Yeah, meeting devs in general, but like meeting Morla, Eris Morn, I was so not smooth, guys. I was such a fangirl. I just buttoned up and let Potato talk because I was just in awe of this woman doing something that I was like, this is amazing. You are an amazing actress, and I am sitting next to you.
She's an absolute sweetheart, and
she is.
Yeah, she's like a completely genuine person. You know, she's an absolute sweetheart. And it was funny as you just said that. I immediately thought of that conversation we had about the red ball and throwing the red ball for the, the exercises. And we did that tonight before we opened the haunt. I actually guided we brought everyone together and we did vocal warm-ups, and I got up there and did a couple of them, and that was one included. And I immediately thought of that moment in Florida. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh wait, I have to be on Focus Fire in 2 hours. We got to go. it's
right. And not even just Morla. Like, we got to meet John Toe, the writer for Shax.
Awesome.
John was amazing. And the one actually I got to spend the most time with and have the most amazing conversation with was actually Danny. Mm-hmm. And Danny he
was all over the place too.
He was. And I met him at the karaoke bar that, now I'm forgetting his name. Why am I forgetting his name? Oh my gosh. He's all over the place on Twitter too. Oh, Wicked, I need your help. Pino Torius. Pino's the one who organized the karaoke night, which was an amazing night because not only did you have a bunch of Guardians showing up to sing and be goofy and drink together, you had a bunch of devs there too, and one of which was Danny Hollefreund. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but he is at Sonic SONIKK71 on Twitter, and he was amazing. He sat down with myself and Wicked Jester's wife, and we talked Gambit, we talked the design, we talked about the computer, the coding behind it, and like I asked lots of questions about why does the game break frames? Like why are we having a frame rate drop?
Oh yeah, he sorry, I just got really excited. He talks about like how the actual mechanics of Gambit function, and like how the invasion mechanic only functions because everything is happening within the same instance, and that if it didn't, you'd have like a 10 to 20 second delay while the character loaded into the other team's instance. And I was like, I figured that was a thing, but like just hearing it from them and talking about like those frame rate drops and how he's like spent hours trying to figure out, you know, where these drops are happening and how to address them. The dude was awesome. Like he was amazing. Yeah,
he was so much fun to talk to.
We had a long conversation in the bar after the con down in the hotel bar. I just ran into pretty much all of the Bungie devs and just a bunch of content creators, and Danny was there, and Danny was awesome. And yeah, it was awesome. He was a really, really nice dude. And he was like, "Yeah, man, we'll see you next year." And I was like, "Cool." You know, if you have any questions or something, you know, hit me up on the Twitter. And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure." I was like, "Okay, that's kind of cool."
That's actually something I'm really grateful for when it comes to Bungie in general this last year, is that they have been way more interactive, like not just Cosmo and Deej and DMG. All the devs are being really interactive with the community on a much bigger scale, I think, this year than they were before. And I really appreciate it because now we're getting perspectives from not just the talking heads. I'm sorry to call Deej, DMG, and Cosmo that, but that's kind of what they are. They're the poster boys to be able to give official statements, but being able to talk to like Danny and Pino and all those guys and even Morla about all these different things. And we obviously they can't answer everything, but them being interactive with us, it's great. It's great to have that connection. But do we have any like also rans of top 3 moments from this last year, you guys?
Not
I just
for
love
me.
watching. I just liked watching the universe evolve. Like, I know it's been kind of like a really weird, kind of slow story rollout, and like these 3 stories went in like 3 different directions.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at this point, they've set the stage for the entire next act, which is what Shadowkeep is, the startup. And with the Vex invasion and everything that's coming next, it's like they said it. You know, they've broken free of Activision. They're now on their own. They can go where they want, how they want, and they can change things as they please. And not just story wise, but game mechanic and video game wise. They have that freedom, and I really think we're going to see the return of the Bungie we all knew and love when Halo 1, 2, and 3 were at their pinnacle. And I can, I really hope so, because Bungie is, I mean, this is turning into a praise Bungie thing, but they are creators that know what they want to put out. They know what they want to do. And now that they have the freedom to do it, they not that I'm saying that Activision was an oppressive force, but they were limited in what they were allowed to do. The sky's the limit for them, and I just can't wait to see what they do over the next year with Shadowkeep and the next couple of seasons.
Oh yes, I think what was it they said? Season 11 is the one you don't want to miss in the Vidoc.
Yeah.
Is that the third one? Yeah, that's the third one.
So it's Season of the Undying, and then I can't remember. We know
Season of the Deleted from what the board said.
Oh god, yeah. Fix the timeline. God, man, the theories that everyone has from that one thing.
Fix the timeline.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I sent you one that I think it was GameSpot did, and I'm like, I really hope it's not this, but it was a well thought out theory about introduction of time travel, and it was an interesting theory. I don't like it because I don't like time travel because it messes up everything, but I see where they were going with it. But it's Season of the Undying. God, man, I know this. It's Season of the Undying, and then I can't remember what the other one was. But yeah, we know what the one after it. Season of Dawn. Thank you, Sentinel Grey.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Season of the Undying, Season of Dawn, which is why we were talking on the DQLR, because Undying's going to be about the Vex, and then I made the comment like, oh, like Dawn, well, we have the House, I think it might be Return to the Fallen, basically, because you have the House of Dusk, and then what breaks after dusk is dawn, and all that. So yeah, and then we don't know what the one after that is, and I think that's the one that they said you don't want to miss, because I also think in the most recent Return to the Moon Vidoc, they made a comment about it's going to be like a trilogy, and that last one is going to be the wrap up or not the wrap up, but like the concluding act to the problem that is going to get introduced in this next season.
I mean, what was it that I can't think of his name. Luke Smith was talking about how they're going to make the story a continuous story, not just you having all these mini moments,
which is nice. And I mean, and I know, and I see both sides. Like, right, I see the downside. People are going to miss stuff. I mean, that's you're going to have a lot of FOMO, but that's part of life. Like, I mean, I hate it so harsh, but you can't have a game that is growing constantly but never changes. And I think that the way that they are proposing doing it, if they can pull it off, I really do see this being an endless model. As far as like development wise, because then this will allow them to just keep a rotating door, that's actually something that I am excited to see, just from a business standpoint, like regardless of interest in, because I don't always agree with the mechanics that they do.
Right. Yeah,
but from a business standpoint and from a storytelling standpoint, I love it, because it means that there's always going to be something going on.
I will say this though, Luke Smith also made a kind of a throw off comment saying that they are sticking and they're not sticking, but they are following a 5-year plan with this at this point, which if we remember back from D1, they planned Destiny to be a 10-year franchise.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I kind of took as, okay, they can stick with air quote Destiny 2 as the base foundation for at least 5 years. And then probably in 5 years, we'll probably see something. This is my understanding, but I kind of took that as, okay, that might be when we see a refreshing of the foundation into air quote again, Destiny 3, if they do that.
They're embracing what they want to become, and they're, I'm really excited to see what they come up with. Just from interacting with the devs at Guardian Con, you can tell they love what they do, and they want to bring the best thing to the table, and I really hope they do, because this game, not just Destiny, but this game has brought me into a community, and I've made friends that I will call friends for the rest of my life because of this game. And people say you can't do that over the internet, and I say BS. But
all my best friends are on the internet. Just saying.
They don't judge me as much.
Well, we still judge you. We just laugh with it too.
Just silently judging, and then giggling at you behind your back.
I just got sent a picture, actually. I'm going to put it in our group chat. And it's from Guardian Con. It's from when we were in the hotel room. And just the happy faces and everything.
Yay. Pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, yes. Good times. All right. I'm going to wrap up top 3 with this bit. We have all the sentiment and all the emotions in this episode for you guys, as well as kind of our hopes for the future, which is a nice way to tie it off. So, hope you guys have a good week. Look forward to hearing from you guys as you play through Shadowkeep. Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what you think. And remember, everybody loves a list.